What waits in the shadows of the old barn? I am 25, and my family owns an old farm. The barn on the property is huge, but it has always given me an eerie feeling. When I was a kid, my granddad told me stories about shadows in the barn. He said they were the spirits of animals that had lived and died on the farm. I never believed him. Until now. Last week, I decided to explore the barn. I grabbed my flashlight and headed inside. The air was thick and musty. I heard creaks and whispers, like old wood crying out for help. I brushed it off, blaming the wind. After all, it was just an old barn. As I walked deeper into the barn, I saw old tools and hay bales that looked untouched for years. Then, I noticed a strange corner. The darkness seemed heavier there. I felt drawn to it. I can't explain why, but I stepped closer. Suddenly, my flashlight flickered and went out. I froze. In the silence, I could hear breathing. My heart raced. I reached for my phone to use its light, but it slipped from my hand and hit the ground. Panic set in as I knelt to find it. That's when I realized the breathing wasn't just in my head. It was coming from the corner. I finally stood up and turned to run, but a cold hand grabbed my ankle, pulling me down. I screamed. In the chaos, I felt a presence above me. I squinted through the darkness. I saw a face, not a spirit of an animal, but a woman. In old-fashioned clothes, with sad eyes. "Help me," she whispered, her voice crackling like dry leaves. My heart sank. I was terrified but also curious. Then, the barn shook, and the shadows twisted. Suddenly, she transformed into a grotesque, terrifying figure, revealing herself as a cursed spirit. I realized she wasn't trapped by the barn. She was its keeper, waiting for someone to set her free. My breath caught. To break the curse, I would have to stay. And that's how shadows begin to bind. Now, I wait in the barn, whispering for someone else to come in, to help her.